For decades, the sudden and tragic death of Hollywood icon Alan Ladd remained one of the film industry's most quietly whispered mysteries. A star of the golden age, best remembered for his stoic role in Shane, Ladd's career was as luminous as it was troubled behind the scenes. He died on January 29, 1964, at just 50 years old, leaving fans and the media to speculate endlessly over the circumstances surrounding his passing. Now, after years of silence, new revelations have come to light that finally piece together the final hours of Ladd's life, and the truth, long buried, is far more unsettling than the polished studio narratives of the time ever let on. Officially, Ladd's death was attributed to cerebral edema caused by a mix of alcohol and barbiturates, but details about the incident were suspiciously vague and shielded by those close to him. Friends claimed he had been battling chronic insomnia and depression, exacerbated by the pressures of a fading career and long-standing personal demons. But new documents and personal letters recently uncovered by biographers suggest a much deeper descent into despair. According to these sources, Ladd had been quietly under psychiatric care in the months leading up to his death, struggling with an overwhelming sense of isolation, financial stress, and fears of becoming irrelevant in a rapidly changing Hollywood. In a chilling letter addressed to a close confidant only weeks before his death, Ladd reportedly wrote, "A feeling like a ghost in my own life," adding, "Sometimes I think the end wouldn't be such a bad relief." While there had always been whispers of suicide, his family had strongly denied it, choosing instead to frame his death as accidental. But the new evidence leans heavily toward the theory that his overdose may have been intentional, not the result of miscalculation, but of exhaustion, disillusionment, and emotional collapse. Behind the polished image of the tough, silent cowboy was a man who had known pain since childhood, raised in poverty, rejected by his father, and deeply insecure about his small stature in an industry that valued towering male leads. Though he became a massive star in the 1940s, his fame began to fade by the mid-50s, and by the early 60s, Ladd was struggling to find work, often being typecast or overlooked for younger actors. His heavy drinking and use of prescription drugs became more frequent, and close friends described his final years as a slow withdrawal from the world. It was in this context that he was found dead in his Palm Springs home, the coroner's report noting a combination of alcohol and sedatives, which, in the absence of any signs of struggle or accident, now paint a clearer and sadder picture. While the new revelations don't offer easy answers, they humanize the legendary star in ways that his films never could. Alan Ladd was not just a Hollywood hero, but a deeply complex man who, like many in his industry, was crushed by the weight of expectation, fame, and personal pain. His story is a reminder that even the brightest lights can fade tragically in the shadows of mental health struggles. As modern audiences rediscover his work, perhaps they will now do so with a deeper understanding of the man behind the myth, a man who fought hard, loved deeply, and ultimately succumbed to a silent battle that, for too long, was left in the dark. The mystery of Alan Ladd's death is finally solved, but the answer is as heartbreaking as it is haunting.